really want to make sure you feel prepared for Hurricane Irma.
And the thought of a storm of its size and strength making landfall in South Florida can be really frightening for so many. So joining us now via phone is Miami-Dade Mayor Carlos Gimenez to answer some of the questions for us. And based on the forecast so far, Mr. Mayor, what are you advising people to do right now?
I think a lot of people are already taking the advice. I think one thing we always say is that you need to be prepared to be self-sustaining for 3 days. So food, water. If you have a special need and you're not registered with our special needs registry, then call 311 tomorrow so that we know who you are and where you are, so that in case of evacuation we can help you. You should stock up on items. If you have a generator, let's say you need to make sure it starts, stock up on some gasoline. People that have boats, make sure that they know what they're going to do in case of the storm approaches. Are they going to leave it in place? Are they going to take it out of the water? And if you're going to do that, then do that as soon as possible. So those things that you can get out of the way now, get them out of the way. Get the food that you need now and the water that you need now. But also one other thing I want to say: there's nothing wrong with the water that comes out of the spigot. It's perfectly safe to drink. We have a robust water system, so we hope that even after a major storm, we'll have water flowing as quickly as possible so that people can get that basic necessity. Fill up your tanks for your automobile, and prepare. And basically, right now is the things that you should have done maybe in June when the start of the hurricane season and you didn't get done. Get those done, and then let's see what happens with the storm. And then as the week progresses, we will obviously be on top and tell people what they need to do, what they should be doing to keep themselves safe.
Mayor, we have to ask you, on the heels of Hurricane Harvey, this is just so unique to watch the utter devastation there. Are you getting people constantly looking to you for solace to say, Mayor, can this happen here, or are we better prepared?
Well, I mean, look, if a storm sits on top of you for 3 or 4 days, that would be a completely, that's an unheard of event. I mean, I've never seen anything like what happened with Harvey, where basically that storm sat on Texas for 3, 4, 5, almost a week, just dumping rain. That would be, a very bad situation for Miami-Dade County or any county in this country. So most hurricanes don't do that. They come in about 10 miles to 20 miles an hour, and they go through and dump rains, a lot of rain and wind. Our biggest threat always is storm surge. And so we have to calculate which areas need to be evacuated if that comes to pass, and that all depends on where it's coming from and also what category, how strong the storm is. And so that's one of the things that we'll be talking about tomorrow. We're going to have a meeting at the EOC and talk to the National Hurricane Center, get their best information when would tropical storm force winds come to Miami-Dade County, if they're going to come, and how strong do they think this hurricane is going to be, for us to get better information so that we can better inform our residents and keep them safe. One other thing that I would advise all of our residents: if you do live in an evacuation zone, please think about or determine now, if the order to evacuate is given, where are you going to go, and make sure that place that you think you're going to go isn't also in an evacuation zone. So those are some things that I would be thinking about now, preparing for now, and then so you'll have some time later in the week. If you have to put your storm shutters up, we'll give you ample time to do that.
Which is the question we were going to ask you, Mayor Gimenez. We have about 5 seconds here. The $64,000 question always for Betty, for Max, for you. As we learned from Hurricane Matthew last year, when do you put your shutters up? At what point do you do that?
It's all personal decision of how long it's going to take you to put those shutters up. Some of them are accordions. You can just slide them, and it takes you half an hour to get your house ready. So it depends on your particular home and your particular situation. The sooner you can put them up, if the storm is coming, the better. I wouldn't say that you'd have to put them up right now. We don't know the storm. Although it looks like it's heading in our general direction. Yeah. We don't know where in fact it's going to hit. So I think it's a little early right now, but we will get that information out to the residents as soon as we can. And then again, it's a personal decision. Has to do with how long it's going to take you to put up your shutters and get prepared. Every situation is different.
And if you need a helping hand, definitely get that partner ready. So if it's going to take you 2 days, right? Mayor Gimenez, you're great to join us. And right now they're saying the tropical storm pours winds starting late Friday, but Max and Betty both telling us to be very aware early in the morning. We'll have a much better idea as well. We'll be talking to you tomorrow. Thanks so much for your time late tonight.
I know.